yeah, even me my.
You na Eja Victor some time ago contested as I think a Buakwa North now but
Yeah, I
say
know about
you know for the benefit of my listeners ne one more ye nimu yeah baby you free can we know a little about you before we delve into other issues?
Yeah, like I said, a little bit almost media someone didn't say me and Kenya almost has me a pantini. Yes, I'm half panty in Papa Cape Coast. And then I'm half Achim in my meeting to me. Which is in the East Akim district of Ghana. Nti say me standing WOHO for political aid and no question because yeah you did another and I mean my message to ho nti because me compare a kwenya bi na me dia boa for now more that part of the country no na almost saying nkoso ni mpuntuo e wo mabrabo yakoye no se die and twice na me stand here and yeah for so many years I think NDC and should die into an amount because my almost say almost to about to go one way MPP and if I do not catch him papa to be MPP okay but come 100%. The MPP at all the time no Impunto and Shada and Kosuo. Impunto bone to say that we better said you I do so and to still yeah catch on there. Muntua papa. Unsho ma sitting him. Me and mo am de two a boko not I mean yeah mo MP. Omo who be pa and so me at the time there. You know, one has gotten on a bit in age. I don't wish to go and stand for parliamentary AEBO. Younger people need to now almost so I could try. I try there. Remember, before now, I'm not say, and your party, and the idea, you know, per se. Obi a odi to me what you do on so much with the Puntonia and Koso about a platform, only a 2 abamano. Now, I'll cut Yama. Now, Nema. What's it name?
Yo, that is it. But then another thing, Emma Ghana for T within your association with the late president, former president Jerry Rawlings. Atama now in his spokesperson. What's it?
That is true.
Yo, now me and you. Only Rollins, how did you come into contact with each other? Ushiano Wahina later Waji Tumas spokesperson.
Okay, let me put it this way. My brother was in the military, an army officer. He was his mate, you know, with Rollins and Wachija and Umnadeno. Until back in 79, and Mimishia Rollins, you know, it was before June 4. Now almost after my brother Bahada and that's when I saw him. But of course he was my big brother's friend. Now in recent politics, you know, me were a budget and 81 by a Koso, a revolution. Now me the to say done a nimbadia. The BD cost a woman, not the was who better and a high, no one came, and no one want at the pubby, M1, 9 to an or man and oh, yeah. As say, I bet probably any timber. And to more which and I have 12 pieces of, you know, suggestions and approaches to doing certain things in development. At the back, Mrs. Rollins. So I found a way of contacting her and to make trauma, the 12 long, stories, if I put it that way, just to encourage them to do what is right for the people of Ghana. Or that day. And see, we are me back down as a consultant and state enterprises commission. Now, Mrs. Rollins, I know our friends will be an intro speech be manual and I mean one will be this. So And
Okay.
the Kakanga class, I know decided that being Congo a president, Rollins, and then the copy a castle, and I mean, the code Dean Cobo. And I also remember my first lady, and set up first lady's office and Ekamo. So this is how I got into that, the Rollins family union. So
Okay.
as time went on, free presidency, we and Tumano. Now, my name is Mrs. Rollins. I was holding her office for her. And the President Rollins the bar out for me. Now, Mrs. Rollins kind of a memoir opinion. Now, I started working for the Rollins and became his spokesman.
Oh, okay. All right. But the next question everybody would definitely ask: How was it like working with this man, man Rollins?
Well, you see, Rollins, you needed to understand and appreciate the man's way of thinking to be able to work with him. So, because we didn't clash all the time, you won't survive working with him. But you see, he told me something when I met him. I say, he doesn't mind being criticized when he was president, but he didn't like the fact that people disrespect. There were some people, they looked down on him. And that is why he had a problem. And to catch me, and they said, dinner or yet, let's say in Kaya. Me to me catch your opening, a quite a pass to the ABC, no. MYN, MY, Ghana. And can Hawa, and can be a young Winnie and a Winnie. Most of what you have to be okay, young Wubio. But so over criticize our condemning it, yeah. And Odumbe problem. That is how come I got close to him. We used to sit down and discuss things. We took a book out of show him respect. He loved it. Who showed respect? Because some people in public office at that time, were looking down for political expedience, Even looking down on him, they were university people and they were running down. He used to talk like that, and then he used to get very angry and upset. So working with him, you have to be tactical and you have to understand what he's trying to do for the people of Ghana. The way he's approaching it, Mwa Ghana, Mwa Nongasa. And it's only a year, over two, now, what the coin may be, what the coin be so, now, only know at what you are doing. Now, also making some useful suggestions and approaches. But gradually, he softened his stance. No, I didn't do one, if you need to number.
What's that? Only a year, Juman, what's hey, stop what you're doing, and I can't such a point be so respect for that.
Well, in the beginning, we tried the name is Rollins the year, Juman. That could be that time now, a Mobitel, a Casabino, okay, started from Casabino.
Yeah. Mobitel, yeah, Mobitel.
Mobitel. That was my official phone. I had them that shocked and I checked in Chelsea. And Obi tell me another phone. And it's a smaller one. Let me that shocked me right now. And that phone me called the whole castle. Yes, man, you want to call it. Now, okay, so the address now, me did phones that chocolate, and then me go one country. The next day now, me now call from his secretary, Ambassador Emisa. May he rest in peace. I say, Papa, there. Then me person in the year to ma. On better who say me use two telephones.
Hey.
No, it's that telephone no. Me already official background. And then me catch a ambassador there. And then me charge. Also one charge a friend way. And then me friend no. Say no shout to go me sooner. Or me phone no. Me could hear.
Rollins shout to go so.
On the phone. Then me person me cross check it say. Part of concern now. Hey. Okay. So person only be here to man. Say. No bank phone no so. So these are little things, But you see, very interesting. I worked with him more when he was out of office. When he was out of office, he took quiet. He and I all the time doing things. You see, and it's meeting common. to some extent, them it means beside question like, did he get power drunk at any point? He was so surprised that I asked that question. I mean, I just want to know because I think sometimes power can corrupt people.
Yeah.
And yeah, the who you said me I need Oboro, what are there? And maybe the car being kept and all that. But you may be wrong. I told him. So did he ever get power drunk? Did he think he got power drunk at any stage? And then he was quiet for a moment and he said, I guess so. There were times that I think, he got carried away. Let me so that's what I wanted to know.
I see. I see. Abusia live our Facebook Onua 95.1 yene former Ghana ambassador to UK and that of Czech Republic. Victor Emmanuel Smith, Victor Smith and yene airborne komoka krabi. Ne send go live to studio by Binti went to me, but we still have the conversation meeting at Dr. Prekese. But then Victor Smith, me and who at a point in time yet say, what the text message are you ready? Can you confirm that?
Well, yes, I was sending me text message. And that thing happened when, on the very day President Atta Mills, then candidate Atta Mills for the NDC, chose John Mahama as his president.
95.1.
That same day, about 2 hours after the nomination of John Dramani Mahama as running mate, he sent me. I got a text from President Rawlings,
and it read.
It read, they want to thank me for my services to the household because I was like in charge of the household, his household, but they did not wish to continue to enjoy, to have me in the household. And to mean through a letter, embre or no, or no signing, embre go fie.
Through a letter, so I resign, Anna.
Aye.
Enjoy try.
That
Wasn't that disrespectful?
No, I consulted. You see, but the moment the message came, I was sitting with President Atta Mills for them, the candidate, in his office. And the chair the message about, you see, and I was, corner kohunu. That's with the Mills. I say, who the corner, wouldn't continent in a young chat because on the office it is not me here, Bonidiara. It is what you start me. Because he's nominated John Mahama, you want to start me for it. It doesn't gel with him. Just him in Kohuno. And then we got to Nakama. We took and say, call the office that is in his residence. And offered me. Said, did you get the message? Let me say, not say, let me try to see me that they know. No, see, don't come and see me. Go and do what I've asked you to do. And to me call off the phone, and I may contact the ambassador who was one of his advisors, J.J. Ron's advisors, and former governor Ashiagbo.
Yeah.
And I think he was a family elder. And now, almost say I shouldn't write that letter. I consulted people, who have a very huge experience in public service. Almost say don't write it, and that they will try and sit with him.
Now, clarify, Hanamamio, the issue of Yechusu Atamils Echusu Mahama na unyasa message, does that indicate something? Senanga wa proposal wo ama Atamils na when this so and Uchusu Mahama na. Is that what you are trying to paint?
No, not at all. It's just that for some reason, the household, because the Mrs. Rawlings believe I was rooting for John Mahama. So what that is.
Okay.
And I think they were looking at pushing Betty Modi Drusu instead.
Instead of John Mahama.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
And I sure me say only John Nebeko. And then lo and behold, that day he announced John. But before that, Daily Graphic extra BB front page we say Mahama the running mate front page. And penny for Rollins in the wife police there, me na me catch Daily Graphic. And Tina just a bufona started from that time say who now feed that information to the public. But you see, that information was known to both me and President Rollins that it had to be John Mahama. Nti a buy no, na just a mina na route for John Mahama and debut bet now they were trying to push from that household. Me man from my jamba. And Tina just said I have to take the blow for it. So I had to be kicked out. So that's how I left the office. I didn't write the letter because penny for the kind of the Omukoko to me they mean coffee. And to me coffee, a some friend, me catch them penny for say Omoba be home, to mean cancer. We do feel now joy from that text message not the brain because it has been forwarded to them and then the rest is history.
Okay. So with the text message now, yeah, this Saki, did you feel insulted? And now were you peeved? Say a choir fast so they Saki media. Where did you meet them?
No, I was not even given a letter appointing me in the first place. What that thing? It maybe you just do. I was working there was no letter appointing me. But we all knew that I was playing a certain role for them. And the same day, asking me to go, not a message I was sending to me there, mean to a letter. That letter, that message, the letter is hacking you there. I was not paying at all. And then at this stage, I had to leave that household.
No, okay. So was government paying and I said no HR privately? Was it from government coffers, your salary?
Let me put it this way. Nobody was being paid by government for a long while under President Kufuor. They were not paying us. I had to fight through the current speaker, Alban Babi. Then in Parliament, I think he was our leader or something like that. And he sort of pushed the agenda for the government to start considering proposing some salaries under Article 71 holders for Rollins and his staff. Eventually, this was just before I left. Just before I left that office, and they regularized the staff salaries. Remember, Rollins and some limited number of staff. It was just for a short while. Then I left, so there was no more pay.
Into Jai Jumano meeting at functions and other programs. How was it like? Was it that cordial or chia or tin any mouth?
No, Debbie.
One can say what than we.
Oh, Okasami at some point when I was High Commissioner in London. About and the Kwasrano. And then you could be in Kitahon. Now make chair is I'm also until maybe do some sentence you are my High Commissioner or Hano. Until he should be taking the credit instead of getting angry with me. I owe him that respect to show him that because of you I've gotten to this far. And the Sanchez said, make the chop on someone is my offending the year because I didn't think I had offended him, but my offending the year of Chemi. And we became friends again. But you lose elections in 2016 or about 2017. Now, I had to do an interview to express the hurt in me, and I believe in many NDC people, that our father was hobnobbing with the opponent. And only President Akufo-Addo, Twinana, Omukabumuno. Now I because I know what he thought about President Akufo-Addo. I know what he said about President Akufo-Addo, and they were not. I couldn't see how they became friends. To the extent.
Can you disclose to us some of the things he said?
No. That's what I won't do. It's too damaging. Too damaging.
Very diabolic one.
Oh yeah, you never liked him. I don't want to say, but those words I can't mouth.
Rollins never liked Akufo-Addo.
Never liked him. So to see him now hobnobbing with him was a shock to some of us.
I see.
So, and you won't be the because some people have died supporting NDC. They worked hard. During the work, some people had motor accidents and died. Others never saw any joy. And it's to the extent that our father is now hobnobbing with our opponent that you have condemned in the past. Now, just that is the pain some of us felt. And I spoke my mind loudly. Because I know you went on a platform in WOHO and ran me down. But, I mean, I wasn't going to attack him. I wasn't going to say anything bad about him again or anything. I had the privilege of working with the president and all that. So I just sat back quietly.
At the end, I heard the young fan by all of a sudden, only His Excellency Nanado, former President Rollins.
I don't even know how. I really don't know how. You know, there was a time Jacob Blamte, may he also rest in peace, he took the Akufo-Addo. This was in 2008 or 12, I can't remember. But I didn't call President Nanado, then candidate, I didn't call DJ Rollins' office. And they sat next to each other, cracking jokes and things. This was a few months before election. And that was in bad taste, in my opinion. It was in bad taste. I said, yeah, you're only here for battle. Then you go and hobnob with our opponent.
Yeah.
And be cracking jokes on national television. What do you think those of us who are killing ourselves to make sure that our party wins will think? And yeah, I spoke my mind on that one too. And subsequently, when President Nanado became president at the swearing in, I saw him greeting him, and then they were cracking jokes. And I'm saying, when did this happen? I have been with you all these years. The kind of things you said about this man, where did about 10 happen? I never got to know how.
Wow. So you guys felt betrayed, say Nyomankoye?
No, exceptionally. I mean, why did he do what he did, really? Well, look, if any of us had done 100 of what he did to us, the former president now, and come on with the party, because he hated traitors, he hated people who sort of betray trust and the love of our party. Who are party not the work not the work every day I call wrong. So how did it happen that you did this to us?
And that would tell you so we would know when.
Not many president or
and how was it like? Now we moved to saying.
We were campaigning when I had a phone call from his bodyguard to tell me that Papa Ne was here. How? So I cross-checked again, and then they confirmed it. So I informed President Mahama. So we called up the campaign, if you remember.
Yeah.
It was November 2020. We called up the campaign and came back to Accra. And it was painful that some bad truths were not told to him before he passed.
Bad truths like what, if you can say them?
No, that he had not been fair to us. I wanted an opportunity, but you see, people were prevailing on me that don't say. I want to tell you, you are not being fair. If somebody had done 100 of what you have done to us, you probably will, wring the person's neck. Why should you do this to us? I mean, nobody's going to choose anybody's friend for him or her. However, we are a leader of a huge political party like ours. You should not cause us discomfort of that nature. We're going to go to battle, and then you are seen with our opponents. You are our founder. I have a problem with that. If nobody sees it, I see it. Sorry.
All right. Only at 95.1. Maybe I chose your name Victor Smith, and I won't come here. So it's a long time I yet in camp, but then you hear one or two things and then bringing it gradually down to the current administration, the views about it.
Oh yeah, I went in front of the casket and saluted him. There were things that he did, and there were bad things to the party that he did, personally. So I went and saluted him. That's what I've been trained to do. We just call it bygone be bygone.
I see. Well, what would you remember him for? One thing, Ubeka say, oh, wait, dear, Ubia on a bad side, dear, but dear Nabeka say, oh, my former boss, former President Rawlings, I deal with inquiry.
No, I said it in the beginning when we started this interview there. One thing he taught me, I felt that he was principled in the sense that he told me there, if you gave him the respect for the office he occupied as head of state, but still you criticize something he was doing in a respectful manner, he would take it well and discuss it. Now, subsequently, I took him on that, and it worked. That if I told him something in a polite and respectful manner, and yet criticizing and disagreeing with him, he took it well. And I think, that was a principled position. He never went back on his word on that one. See, that one, I give it to him. That he taught me something, and I think it has worked well for me as well.
Oh, okay. All right. Now, with your president, Nana Akufo-Addo, any former president here, our boss, Flight Lieutenant Rawlings, or more young Kufano, would you say it was just out of the blue, say boom? Was there something mischievous we should know?
I don't know, because I was not working with him. When I was leaving him, President Akufo-Addo was not his friend. That much I know. He never gave me any indication that Simon was his friend by his utterances and his description of him and all that. He never.
Yeah, because recently there's an audio that is on social media. Kennedy, a compre Japan, Kennedy, Japan, as in Central. Air Casse say they were planning to bring Amidou and Zaneto so that they could sideline some people of Zebibisa. And if if the Nana Akufo-Addo doesn't do things right, he's going to expose the party or something. So I'm just beginning to think, that there was some dislike for Mahama. Now say President MP Mahama say let me Mempena asem de beko go de enkoko na also supporto Nanado. Is that what you are seeing?
I wasn't working with him.
But not former President Rawlings, no ne Mahama omoka.
He may not have liked him for one thing or the other, but he indicated to me that at that time we were trying to come to power. He indicated to me personally that he may not like John Mahama, but he was the only one that Mills should go with for us to get the winning ticket. In other words, the two of them coming together, and he predicted correctly. I mean, it wasn't a prophecy. He predicted, he told me that it is only Mahama who can make us win the election when he joins with Professor Mills. I don't know where he picked that prophecy or wherever from. But lo and behold, it happened. When John Mahama was now tried the third time that President Mills was choosing a running mate from Hamidu to Mumuni, and then Mahama was the third time, and then we got back into power. So on that score, he predicted correctly that it was only Mahama, and he indicated to me that even though I don't like him, and I thought, we don't like him for what reason? That one is, something else.
Because who know the campaigns, Mahama campaigns, so we had the feeling, say maybe if we could go there and coconut and one pepper panasa, one pepper Mahama.
Well, you had no choice. There's a huge political party in place, and the people like John Mahama. What could you do? As we speak in Ghana today, even though there's a sitting president, we all know that John Mahama is the most popular person in Ghana, or politician, if I may put it that way.
95.1.
Oh,
I see.
He didn't like him, but he knew that the guy was so popular. Indeed, he thought that this guy had even become more popular than him. At that point.
Well,
I don't know. He never told me that one. Only there some issues but there something, not anything serious, It was something very petty, but the Mahama in the Bolivia, but he gradually saw that the guy had become big as him in terms of Ghana's politics. But he's joining Nana Akufo-Addo there. I don't understand because I wasn't with him. But he really surprised me. I was shocked, disappointed, and everything based on what he had been saying to me about him.
Yeah, okay. All right. The reason why I'm beside with the audio I don't know if you want to listen to the audio that said they had an agenda that John Mahama will not become the president. Somebody Amidu and Zaneto.
So, at which stage in John Mahama's career? When President Mills died, he became the president. Yeah? Was it that time?
No, I mean the second one.
Which one? 20? No, not going.
Yeah, when he became the president, when Mills died.
Yes, it's 2012 July. And then he stood again for 2012 December. And he won.
Okay.
So which one were you talking about? Was it the 2021?
It was Honorable Kennedy Japan who said it. Would you want to listen? So we play that.
Let me listen. I mean, it's best.
All right, okay.
I'll make some comments on that.
January 7th, said the Messiah naked. The plans he had against NDC should be careful. Because no one Rollins are planning to make sure say Mahama lose Zaneto and Aquano. Amidu will take over the party.
The former special prosecutor.
Yes, and the contract that we're giving to Rollins. Please, MP before should wake up.
All right, so that is it.
Yeah, so you were talking about 2020.
2020, okay.
Yeah, because if you look at it, 2020 you were talking about. Because the 2016, Mahama was president anyway. He was going to stand for a second term. And he lose here. And the MPP buy it. 95.1. So the next election was 2020.
I see.
And then Rollins passes in November of 2020. So if what Kennedy Japan is saying there was an agenda to make Zaneto and Martin, I didn't take that, I'm not privy to any such thing, really. And I don't think that it was going to be that easy. Seriously, it wasn't going to be that easy in our NDC. Because in the NDC, we have some very tough people who can fight any such injustice in our party.
I see. All right, so
he was in charge of the party. He was our a founder. He was a big man in our party. We gave him the reverence and the respect. And I thought it was only reciprocal that he should give respect to the membership of our party and not to disrespect us in any particular way.
All right. Onua 95.1. So, any Ura Victor Smith and I train komo kakra swabeki ho live so Facebook Onua 95.1. Now, Your Excellency, may I share your days at Czech Republic and that of UK? So, now, at Czech Republic, how was it like being an ambassador or high commissioner there?
Well, I never really wanted to be an ambassador at the time I was asked to go to Czech Republic. But again, President Mills thought, okay, I should take up that job, for the time being. So I went out. Czech Republic, being an ambassador, yeah, it was a diplomatic job, but personally, my activism in politics, that wasn't my kind of thing, I didn't really, but I liked it. Czech is a nice place to be, nice people. I was there for, I think, 2 years, and then I was back to Accra. Professor Mills brought me back to Accra and appointed me initially as an advisor to the president on special issues. And then I didn't stay there long enough before I was asked to go and take over Eastern Region in time before the next election. And then he passed on. So that was my Czech, the days in Czech. I tried to bring, my primary objective at coasting anywhere was to try and bring business to Ghana from a more developed country, to bring business and to try and build good relations between our two countries. And I dare say that whilst I was in Czech, a lot happened. We organized a big business forum where President Mahama, then Vice President, who came to represent the president and came with some business people and other public officials. The biggest in Czech Republic for a long time. They never seen it themselves that I could bring their own people to one place with Ghanaian business people and stuff like that. Things are happening between Ghana and the Czech Republic as I speak. People at Foreign Affairs have told me that they've read a lot about me when in the Ghana-Czech relations. For me, it's positive that everybody should make an attempt to bring the two countries together and to work for a common good. And then in the UK, that is, of course, the flagship mission for Ghana. And that also was good business relations. I brought some businessmen to try and invest in our country. President Mahama was president at the time. He also hosted some of my business delegations to go to Etuabo to see possibilities for business. We took them on Akosombo, the Porter Lake, and other places to look at possibility of investment into the country before all this ended. So these are my, the time I spent in these two countries. Yes.
All right. Other school of thought also has said that more role as ambassadors and as a high commissioner to represent Ghana in other countries, has not really benefited the Ghanaian, because Beyonce also you are trying to woo businesses to Ghana and then businessmen to Ghana to come and invest. And yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, and with Czech Republic, can you pinpoint one business and as a BB or the buyer and I'm soon to Ura Victor Smith in Ghana got something and I say anything that supported the name?
I'll tell you about two things. One is the shoe factory in Kumasi.
The shoe factory in Kumasi.
We revived it. It was during the time that we revived it, during my time. Okay.
It was through the support from I don't grantee a BBC cabinet at the
No, they came, they invested in it. It used to be Bata, BATA. Who can just shoot you in the Bata?
Yeah.
Many people. It went down, and then the company, we started from Czech Republic during Kwame Nkrumah's time, and we were able to encourage them so that they were doing military shoes, boots, and Adeniano, so that we would cut out importing, shoes. We're creating jobs for people. The glass industry, originally Kwame Nkrumah brought them from Czech Republic, or Aboso glass factory. So, and also, yes, we went and sort of tried to revive those things. Then hardware, military hardware and things, the Ghana Armed Forces have been buying stuff from Czech. So it wasn't, I was there for 2 years. When they come here and then they are doing like the shoe factory, let me use the shoe factory as a classic level. People in Ashanti region of Kumasi got jobs. Is it not benefiting Ghana? If we are making boots and shoes for people to use here, instead of importing all these shoes, we're creating jobs, and then we will cut down on, if you like, import of finished goods into our country. These are the things that everybody has to chip in a little. And things don't happen like that overnight. But at least I can point to these two situations. When you go to the armed forces, they will tell you that they're doing some business with the Czech Republic.
I see. Anna, UK also, anything you can say?
In the UK, let me just think quickly what I brought the business, but I didn't, of course. They came down for a business discussion with the president, and they looked at possibilities. I'm not too sure. I didn't know you were going to ask me this question. I would have just backed up a few things. But
okay, all right.
International Hospital Group, they are building the police hospital. The extension, everything. At least they are from UK. During my time, we had to do several negotiations to look at the, revised cost of the project because of some delays, etc., etc. So these are things that were happening from the UK, for instance. At least the IHG, I remember very well. There may be others I can't, pinpoint readily, but in future I'll prepare better for this interview, and then I'll give specifics.
Yeah. Okay. Nientia maybe Sansa, we've had a lot of Ghana reps among countries be brave, but then the Ghanaian out there is suffering, the Ghanaian out there problems be brave. In this current administration, near say we got a portfolio by name Ambassador at Large. Ambassadors nina umupenyin Dr. Edward Mahama. What is happening?
I don't think he's the only one. If I remember rightly, during President Kufuor's time too, Ambassador DK was also ambassador at large or ambassador at home, whichever way they look at it, because he was secretary to the president. And I think any diplomat, eventually in his career, he would want to end up as the head of a mission abroad, where they get paid ambassador salary or they hobnob with other ambassadors from other countries and feel good that I reached the pinnacle of my career. But the president at the time, President Kufuor, did not want to release Ambassador Dike there to go abroad. So he kept him as secretary to the president, but ambassador at large. And it's happening now.
Do we need such positions in this country? Ambassador at large.
Seriously, I wouldn't think that it was necessary. If you want to pay somebody well and look after somebody properly at that level, you can do better than because when they appoint you ambassador at large, I think it comes with some perks. I'm not sure which perks they have, but then they make you feel the way you want to feel. Maybe that is not the best way to go, to make somebody ambassador at large. But he has to be given a job to do. He has to do something for the nation. The country has to benefit from your appointment. If we're not benefiting from your appointment, then what was the point in appointing you, really?
Ever since I appointed Dr. Edward Mahama as ambassador at large, why ambassador pen and Nedjuma Ben who I'll bet me the Ghanaian, the other Ghanaian, who bet me I can say, oh, why you be said, what in the necrada?
Maintain that, and the minimum more year. The president no appointing, I believe they if you're smart, no more, maybe man. as ambassador.
Or smash man, so maybe.
To step in for the president somewhere. Even President Rawlings was not appointed as ambassador at large, but he was sent to represent President Akufo-Addo. I think, is it Zimbabwe? Yeah, when the president died. If I'm not mistaken, I know that President Rawlings went to represent President Akufo-Addo somewhere. And I won't kai.
Mekai.
Yeah, I remember the President Rawlings. But you see, it is not out of place if a former president is asked to represent a certain president on a certain occasion. And I believe that ambassador at large, you sort of support the president in so many ways. But the work can maintain maybe a while and the minimum more.
Bosume sumi oji akitua.
Oh, bet akitua. I bet you prepare. I think I'm appointing myself. It comes with a letter and my emolument.
I see.
So you will take it. Whatever text they are, he will get it. But then, of course, the president knows that he must be given a job description. Otherwise, the consolidated funds cannot explain to the auditor, why these monies were paid to somebody and we don't even have a letter or we don't know what job he's doing.
Into what ambassador, in your view, what would be his job description? Ambassador at large.
Ambassador at large doesn't make any sense. It's the president's choice to make you ambassador at large. I presume the president would want to use you to do not run errands per se, but to represent Ghana on his behalf.
Exactly.
Obetini way to council no what Jawama and Kwafona or no putting because they would and Komodo and on what I anything the president decides who he uses for what. But the auditor general can ask questions. There's some money speak and see who it's not put here.
All right. Myanmar current administration MPP, they've been in power for 6 years plus, and as a politician, what are some of the things you've seen that Obeka say that these people are not really helping?
Well, principle, and everybody knows that the reckless spending of the state funds, the funds belonging to Ghana. When the president, in swearing is the oath of office, said he will protect the public purse, we have seen serious reckless spending. And to the extent that we are highly indebted. We are one of the highly indebted countries in this world now. And then
highly indebted.
Yeah, indebted. We have a
yes,
oh, baby, and yes, we've never seen this country so downgraded by rating agencies and international organizations, and it's being put in papers. I read it in the Washington Post recently. Ghana is seen as the worst performing economy. Why should that happen to Ghana? Have we seen it before? Even John Mahama Tamanon, they talked about Doomsaw and all those things, making it look like or Bobu Sokatieno. John Mahama promised Ghana that I'll fix it, and he fixed it before he left office. And they've admitted it that he fixed it. Now, you have spent so much money, and we are being downgraded and rubbished by rating agencies. Exchange rates, running away from us. I mean, the forex. Things are not going well. The president has admitted it himself that the Myanmar in here, are not good. He admitted it in one of his
how did we get here? Yeah, they didn't do that. Obega say, and yan peeping qua, most more can NDC for and free prep penny. How did we get here?
You don't get up and talk big and promise heaven when you know you cannot deliver. When you don't know the problem, problem no minutes of number 2 minutes I have some sort of a magic wand. Solve the problem now, won't me. Why are we being rubbish by other countries? If you have solved the problem, why? Have you heard anybody talking about Ghana energy crisis again? Have you heard anybody talk about energy crisis?
There been no
I solved the problem. He did. He took some steps to solve the problem, and he promised Ghana in Parliament that I'll fix it. And he fixed it before he left office. President Kubo should tell us how he's going to fix this problem. And when you are being told by your own members of Parliament to get rid of your finance minister because he's disgracing the NPP, you were able to convince them that they should do an about turn and support him to carry on. What is he doing?
I think Oforiata recently about out with debt restructuring and also problem salvage. You know,
he's just buying time. He's just buying time. Why? Is he indispensable? So we have the men now. MPP for Kangu Yasumwa, Omuto Che Yasumuno. Let Vice President Bawumia. He's a waste kid that was supposed to have been brought by President Akufo-Addo to come and partner him to change the fortunes of Ghana, to make Ghana a better place than the NDC could ever do. Where are we now? You ask me, how did we get here? Ask the president. Because he had faith in some men around him who have failed him. And he does not know how to solve the problem. Your MPs, about 90 of them, 90 MPs, said, change the finance minister so that yes, because everybody is condemning MPP. Now, you still won't do it because you think he's the only one who can fix the problem that he has created.
Onua FM 95.1.
Well, you're in serious trouble, Junior. Sometimes people are not talking, but we are in very serious trouble. Going in less than how many weeks? In less than
2 weeks.
Less than 2 weeks. People will be having Christmas.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like this before. They won't see Christmas song before. Na time I go to your town and maybe for going and your cotton and koda. I mean, the kind of thing that we usually see, the bubbly Christmassy atmosphere, it's missing. It's missing. And this is not COVID era or COVID has passed. Where are we? What is our president saying?
All right. Now, they are talking about debt restructuring. And then there wouldn't be haircuts, there wouldn't be this, so people should not panic and all that. From where you sit, or share, are we heading to a halt? Ghana, Ghana, just say like what happened to Sri Lanka, or we still have.
In some countries, Rebecca said the economy has collapsed. In some countries, long ago, they would have passed a vote of no confidence in administration in the country.
A vote of no confidence in who?
In the government.
Anga by now, ya pamo munyina.
Oh, and they would have gone home themselves. So, seriously. But our constitution, my understanding is that we have an impeachment in there that would mean that you impeach the president and you need some numbers in parliament and so many things before it can become a reality. But we don't have categorically a vote of no confidence. This is where we pass the vote of no confidence. There is no confidence in the president and his team running this country for the next even 3 weeks.
They are waiting for the IMF.
Do you think the IMF they are stupid? To give the money to the same people? Let me tell you something about appointment of ambassadors. The appointed ambassador, the president, through the foreign minister, now, we're looking for a letter we call agreement. And that letter, would this receive about represent now, what the letter no call asking for the agreement? Not bɛyɛ busumi twam na ɔmo nkasa ho a chances are that ɔmo mpɛ edin na ɔde aba na ɔmo yɛ ɔmo check me about the person. And sometimes they don't want to call you immediately and tell you that as soon as you know, say yeah, I'm put again and I want to push that okay, bring another name. That is about only the empire. IMF. I think they know that if we give money to these PN people, they know them. They know Kenopurata, they know the other giants that Capital and all those people he's working with on the data bank. It's in the international community, they don't know. So they think that giving the money to these same people, everybody being there, the same finance minister, same everybody, they were going to end up in disaster. As a nation. So I suspect strongly, it's my candid belief, that the IMF and the World Bank do not want to tell President Kufuor to say, start your finance minister or change the team. They are not being bold to tell them. And in the air channel, I was the answer of Ghana, Yen na Yenum so pay or pay. And now you can't say.
I know, Yenum so.
I know.
Are you by the suggestion say, should His Excellency Nana Dankwa Kufuor change the change Kenoforiata ne deputies no or a new team the IMF may consider?
I'm telling you that more competent people.
Oh really?
Who can say John Mahama time no? We had to go to Senchi.
Yeah, Senchi.
John Mahama invited everybody in the nation, not just even the Kwadonko was there.
Yeah.
Now, before the award is there, they won't come. They won't come and help Mahama look at the economy and try to find homegrown policies via solution to the crisis we found ourselves at the time. Now, so Kwame Tieni there, only the buyer, only there, nobody controls him. Kwame Tieni, he came to help Mother Ghana, not necessarily to help NDC, to help Mother Ghana. Now, John Mahama suggested to this current administration, he's made a few suggestions. We have men. Let the youth team to also have men. We are all Ghanaians. They save Ghana dachi. Now, and Yaman Kosi in Ghana for about yesterday, the moon inside you. Then because we are one of how to solve our problem. And so you can't solve the problem. You are struggling. And you can't solve the problem. And you still say that you are who you are. I beg. What is a vice president? What is Dr. Billman saying? He's not talking. What else are you going to tell the people of Ghana?
No, other people are believing he was sidelined and they didn't allow him to play.
I don't know whether that is the case. But if you are in a government and a vice president is sidelined by even junior officers, is it a good thing for Ghana? It's not a good thing. If indeed he has been sidelined and he's not respected by other junior, officers in the government, if I were him, I would resign. I will not sit there to be disrespected. So if that was the case, that he's being sidelined or disrespected, then my advice to him is that and go home.
Then go home. Onua 95.1 enchebia ye de djumedi no interview no ebeba wie na ye papa ya kasem bebre minim se ye bebie phone lines no so kakra na also wakasa se Ghana ni a quick one on that. But let's do some one or two now. Say finalize yaji as ended yaji time ni nyina bebre. Fache because we are scarce the entire enyao. Enti sesia no obi beka say fine, we know we are in a mess. We know Ghana yapem enyoma ajiegu. Plan A afeli. Moi wo opposition NDC mo ye plan B. na plan B more offer solution, concrete solution biya and can say, oh, papa ya pim na ye man or core direction see we've not seen any concrete any
you have not seen. John Mahama has done a couple of interviews. I don't know.
On my speeches, on my or address, my speeches, but say any white paper presented to the president. That's what I'm saying.
He made suggestions in at the crossroads, Ghana at the crossroads. He made policy suggestions. He offered to assist. And then subsequently, recently, on the economy at UPSA, I was there with him. The recent one, at 240, I can't say we're going to have a haircut. Both events, President Mahama tried to offer suggestions and approaches. He has been president before. He was vice president before. He's a Ghanaian, and he had that experience and exposure. And I can tell you for free, President Mahama is not just some small fry in the system. Me, when I remember he came to, there was a time we were having issues raising, for example, Eurobond. I'm getting people to subscribe to the Eurobond. At one point, we were having dinner somewhere in France, and President Mahama was able to sell Ghana to a multi-billionaire at that dinner. And that same night, they decided to buy, to subscribe to our Eurobond. Immediately, so many companies were, subscribing because that particular billionaire, the ones who are not subscribing, not just say he knows something. So more people were subscribed. He was oversubscribed. I'm a young to see the effect. The member can say, Onim dear, John Mahama, no. Damn anything that anybody says about him. The man has educated himself. The only opening beer and the Qatar, or called Dubai, only the ruler of Dubai, Sheikh Maktoum, only the Kinaho, and this cafe problem here. That moment now, because John Mahama understands every sector now or managing. He was able to convince the ruler of Dubai that we needed some assistance in the energy, Ukai from the company, the president, Kupa Dubai now, and I'm
Mary.
I'm Mary. He came from Dubai. It was President Mahama who was going to arrange it. And then Ghana, and I'm
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is that you educate yourself. He made an effort, and I respect him very highly. When he talks about any sector, you be amazed because he took it upon himself to study it and to ask his ministers, the experts, to expand, explain into Kosia in India, Ghana properly as a person who is on top of the game. He understands the game, and he tells them what should be done for Ghana to benefit. So that is what I'm saying. He's offering the current administration, come and take our men. Don't appoint them. He will give you a few men. They can help this failing government to transform Ghana.
Oh, okay. All right. NT, with all these things, Awakano, it means you will not contest him this time around.
No. I'm not contesting anything.
Or presidential ambition, I never
tell you what the president.
What's that?
I never told you the president. In commodity, my family is that.
Oh, that be not so. Why you that? What show up interest, Dana?
Not presidential. What would I do that? Where President Mahama, the backen full. He's the best thing for Ghana at this time. He will take us out of our difficulties. No doubt in my mind. So really, not who but who will be over time. That time,
And next said John Mahama we are beba.
Monsieur,
Oh, Victor. What can you na? Yes, sir. As there will be a Kwamama, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Dr. Kwabnado first way unity.
No doubt at all about him.
Na Dr. Kwabnado first way unity.
Oh, me papa. I can't tell it's only 2% vote.
Oh. Dr. Kwabnado for only 2% vote.
I told him myself.
To catch him, what are they?
In the early days, no. Now, him to know. I went to him. He's my big brother, uncle. He decided why. Why is he doing what he's doing? Reasons of man, they are not
Onua
much,
95.1.
They're not tenable. They're not reasons that the man expect to say that. That is why an almost 80-year-old man would want to come and do this, politics.
When you're the 80 years, no?
You see, almost 80.
Okay.
Why he would want to do a thing like that to himself? Because seriously, I told him, you'll be humiliated. You won't get 2%.
Oh, now say or agenda be an or strong bankroll be or alternative or person.
No, it's not all about money. Right now, I've been talking to you about the quality of John Mahama in terms of running affairs in this country, governance. His understanding of the issues and what he thinks should be done to transform Ghana. He was in the process of transforming this country, and people came and lied and hoodwink Ghanaians into believing that some people will do better, and they have the men. What kind of people do we have now? Crap. Absolutely crap.
Oh, MPP for me in Bana describe what my scrabby.
Oh, they're talking about we have the men. What have they done? And if the MPs, 90 of your MPs, want you to change your minister, maybe they are giving the president the respect. One day, his own MPs will say that President Akufo-Addo, you must go. One day they will say.
Oh. Nah, yeah. Rapport up, no. And MTM4. Omo say okasa wana wa biana. Ti yenje ne final words na emie phone lines no na nsɛmne di aka bebre na mommo na baso na papa yi wakasa pangi nya no studio 101 but kakre ya watumi akan Efie time na oye yi ma Rollins nyina no ene besi ne awahu nyina no wakan nyina nti Onua 95.1 so ni medin de Dr. Prekese